Greetings, Boffins, and welcome to the Boffin Lab. I'm Old Man Triton, and this is a Nano guide on equipment and how to equip items in Star Citizen. I have lost track of the number of times I've seen new players told to go do bunker missions in order to earn their first starting cash, and yet the same thing seems to happen every time. They get to a certain point, and then everything goes wrong. Right about now, they realize they can't reload. Let's put my terrible FPS skills aside and address the real reason I died in my first bunker mission. I did not know how to equip ammo, so I did not know how to reload ammo. So we're going to cover the basics of equipping items so that you can avoid this scenario in future. The inventory system is now in flux. There is a new system coming in. So at the moment I'm showing you the old system that currently exists, but will change in the near future. If you notice, there's a filters tab at the top, and you can filter your objects depending on what category you want to look for. And you can unfilter by clicking the tab again so it's unhighlighted. There is this new feature which has come in the latest patch, which has the item locations for your current set of equipment. There's not much that you can fit to an undersuit, so there is very little space, but we'll have a look at this again later on when we have more equipment on and show you how it's going to be used. In the meantime, we'll use the arrow to swap back to the inventory screen and go through and equip some useful equipment. Now, first thing that everybody makes a mistake with is the undersuit. Most armors require an undersuit in order to equip the armor. Undersuits usually come with some temperature resistance, but they also have terrible EVA capabilities, so armor is recommended. I switch to the armor filter tab and have a look at the custom tab and see that I can tick and select exactly which armor I want to look for. Can cancel out by ticking it again. In the original system, each body part had a snap point, which you dragged your armor to attach to. However, the new system has dedicated slots on an inventory in order to snap those components to those locations. Notice that there is a lot in my inventory, and there is a next tab at the bottom of the list in order to swap to the rest of the stuff. This is thanks to the latest patch, which has moved all my inventory to the one location. I'm looking for my Morozov suit, and there's the arms. I got the choice of either dragging the arms and snapping it to the appropriate point on my character figure, or right-clicking on the equipment and choosing equip, and that fits it to your equipment. If a piece of armor that has any inventory space is equipped, the inventory space will show on the opposite side of the screen. And when I equip my leg pieces, you will see that the inventory already contains items in it, which means you can pre-prepare your armor ready to go. Backpacks are a special case. They must fit to particular types of equipment. Heavy goes on heavy armor. Medium will go on heavy and medium armor. Light will go on any armor. No backpacks fit to undersuits. Now, if you want to have a look at the item ports, you can hit this tab at the top and it will show you the locations of all the item ports. Green means they're empty. The ones on the left are your throwables. The ones on the upper right are your ammunition, and the ones on the lower right are your medical and consumables. I'm going to snap a weapon to the back of my backpack, and then I'm going to snap equipment to the weapon. I find the holographic sight that I'm looking for, and I drag it across, and there's a snap point on the weapon in question. I'm now looking for the compensator that will reduce the recoil, and I will snap that to the appropriate location on the front of the weapon. You can see it highlighted. We can hope for a better way of fitting attachments to your weapon in the near future. It might come with the latest patch. Right now I'm looking for ammunition, and now I can found the ammo and I can drag it onto the slots that are shown in the diagram. The dotted lines indicated it's occupying a slot. The other option is to right click on the item and choose equip, and it automatically fits to a location. If you've got a stack of the ammunition, you can right click on the ammunition and choose equip all, and it will fill all the locations that ammunition can take up. Now you can't drag an item from the ammunition, but you can drag it from your body back into your inventory, and there is one reason I would do this, and that is to fit the reload for a medigun. There is a spot on each hip for a small tool or weapon if needed. If you hit the curved arrow button at the top of the screen, you go to the new inventory. This now shows all the slots that are available to your currently equipped armor. The top one is your hand. There's 2 spots for main weapons, 2 spots for hip weapons, all your magazines, consumables and throwables. The buttons on the right indicate which piece of armor or equipment is showing its inventory at the time, and you can swap between the two. That switch button at the top switches between what you've got equipped as armor as well as what's in each of the pieces. You can hit the arrow button to go back to your inventory screen. One thing that's really important to understand is that if you swap your undersuit at this point in time, you will swap everything off your character, the entire lot. Right click, it's all gone back into inventory. It does drop everything in individually, however, nothing is stacked and all the armor still keeps its contents, but you do get everything in your local inventory. I'm just equipping a couple of Hamazol Medi devices, and this is something I highly recommend that you do. However, I've filled my core armor with ammunition and my leg armor with ammunition. You can see that the consumable slots are filled, but my ammo slots are not. I've swapped to the new interface and switched through to the core armor, and there's my inventory items. Now it is loading those items into place, but it's not updating very well. This is currently a bug that exists, and I'm hoping it's been reported. I'll be searching for it soon. If you flick in interface back and forth, it'll update. Just right clicking or double clicking on the item will in fact load it into the magazine slots. I'll be checking the bug forums to see if this has been addressed. I hope the next patch covers it. There's a quick tip to all new players, and that is that the I key has 2 functions now. Tap I for Indico to get into the old inventory system. Tap and hold I to get into the new inventory system. If you'll notice that all the equipment that I have fitted to my magazines slots is now fitted as per my instructions, but I'm now going through the inventory to look for my throwables, and flares count as throwables. I don't have grenades, I'm allergic to them. The flares fit properly and the arrow key flicks back to the old inventory screen that shows local and personal inventory, and I go about equipping the final bits of my kit. You have hotkeys for equipping weapons. 1 and 2 will equip your primary weapon. If you hold down 1 or 2, you get the radial wheel that'll give you the option on which weapon or piece of equipment to use. It also gives you the option to holster the weapon. Now that your ammo is equipped to your suit, you can actually reload when you push the R button. No more embarrassing failures. Well, I can still fail even if I can reload. But remember to top up your ammunition slots on your armor as you get new ammo. Looting is the next item on your agenda. If you open a cargo box, you'll get the new interface, but the red containers at the top are the objects you're looting. There's a move all button, and the X button works in the new interface. As far as I can see, you cannot swap to the old interface unless there is a local inventory or a vehicle inventory. I look forward to the updates to the inventory systems coming. In order to loot a body, you need to look at the body, hold down F and use the loot on the radial wheel. This brings up the new interface, which has multiple options for you. Use the toggle to swap between armors. If you were to move his undersuit to your location, you move every piece of equipment that he had fitted to you, but you put all of your equipment on the corpse. This is an option you've got if you come in here without any inventory to begin with, but you want to be selective about what you put in your inventory when you're doing this. Remember when you loot a body that it will take a little time for the objects of the inventory to load and the contents of that person's inventory to show on the screen. As you can see, it took a few seconds for the legs and stuff to load as I went through, but it shows me all the pieces that are in the inventory. That's it for this tutorial. Please like and subscribe. Good hunting and have fun in space.